Gosh, your legs are getting hairy.
Ha, ha, ha.
That's my jersey you're cutting up.
Well, let's face it, it's not really functioning as a jersey, is it? I mean, it's more like an old string vest.
I liked it.
Well, this is far more practical.
But you're hacking it to pieces.
I'm not. These are my knee warmers for the cold weather, and I'm going to wear the top as a tabard.
You'll have to wear something underneath it.
Yes, Tom.
Yes, well, I suppose that is quite a good idea, really.
Yes, it is. I saw it on Blue Peter when I was round at Margot's the other day.
Yeah, you see, the trouble is these television people never think the thing through, do they? I mean, where you cut the stitches, it's just going to unravel.
You bind the edges.
Ah. Hasn't got any feet to them either.
Go away.
All right, all right. Only I was going to fly you down to Rio for a wild and wonderful weekend.
What on? Hot air?
No, kid. Money, greenbacks, moolah.
Soft fruit?
Yes, our soft fruit ship came in to the tune of £195.
We won! Oh, we actually won at something.
And we deserve every penny of it.
Oh, that is a weight off my mind. Oh, Tom, if that lot had failed.
Oh, but it isn't now. I suggest we charter a private jet. I mean, that's the only way to go to Rio, really.
Nah, that's a year's rate.
And then we'll take a suite. No, take a whole floor. Yes, that's better. I don't want to muck about.
Water rates. The petrol for a year for the cart. Tax and the insurance for the same. A new pair of shoes each. We've got to have those. Now that leaves us with a £10 float.
I wanted to go to Rio.
Next year.
Yes, next year. Anyway, I despise money.
Well, I wouldn't despise it too much. It's got us off several hooks all at once, and we've got a £10 float. It's ages since we've had as much as £10 in the kitty.
Let's buy you something.
If we spend that, when we spend that, it will be on something that we really need.
Quite right, quite right. You're a wonderful little manager, Barbara. Boring, but wonderful.
Stocking tops?
On the other hand, perhaps not. I thought that sort of thing only happened in films.
Hello, Tom. I'd like to wear with Barbara, please.
Yes, Barbara, she's in the big room.
Thank you.
Hello, Barbara. May I beg a favour?
Yes, of course.
Oh, Barbara, you didn't take Blue Peter serious.
Oh, they're only for ballet practice.
If only they were.
What's the favour?
Oh, yes. I wonder, would you keep an eye open for the television repairman?
Hello.
Would you?
Certainly.
Be good enough to let him in and stand over him whilst he's doing whatever it is they do. I don't trust tradesmen. I would have supervised him myself, but I'm going shopping in Dorking.
Dorking, Tom.
Oh, yes.
What?
Margot, how would you like to have a really nice companion with you on your journey?
If that means you, I wouldn't.
I'd make him wash his hands and comb his hair with water.
Why should you want to go to Dorking anyway?
Well, our Chandlers are there, and I can pick up some chicken feed.
If you think you're using my car as some sort of farm wagon...
No. It comes in nice, clean paper sacks, honestly.
See, I'd go with Tom in our cart, but I have this television man to look out for.
Oh, very well. You use me, you two. You know that, don't you?
I'll be good, honestly, I'll be good. You do your shopping, I'll do my shopping. We'll have a quick coffee in the Wimpy Bar and straight home.
We will have a pot of tea in the Tudor tea rooms. No, forget the tea. We'll come straight home. Are you ready?
Yes, Margot.
Now do as you're told. Don't keep asking for sweets. And hold hands nicely.
Don't be silly. And don't do that either. Very charming indeed. Very charming.
What do you want with a spinning wheel?
Can be right in the corner of the drawing room. Yes, I want it.
Hasn't got a price tag on it.
I should hope not.
Let me come in and haggle for you.
Certainly not. If you want to haggle, go and haggle over your chicken feed.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. What you got there then?
Chicken feed.
Chicken feed? What, 2 sacks? Oh, there's not much call for that. 17.6 top offer.
No, I'm not selling. I might want to buy something.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, you got me over a barrel there.
Why?
Well, he's not here, you see. He's up the other shop.
Then why should you offer to buy 2 sacks of chicken feed then?
Well, that's his instructions. Stock, Ernie, that's what he's always saying to me. When you got stock, then you're buffered from life.
That's certainly true around here, isn't it?
To a degree. Trouble is, the stock's taken over. No, I had my own personal gas ring once. Somewhere under that lot now.
Oh, so if I was to buy something, it would increase your floor space.
It's a lovely thought, but he's not here, you see. That's the trouble.
Does he have to be here?
Oh, no. I've got 4 powers. It's just that I don't like doing any actual selling when he's up the other shop.
Well, why don't you go up the other shop and get him?
What, and bust in on that lot? Oh, she'd go mad.
Look, I tell you what, I'll show you what I want and we'll take it from there, eh?
I'm game.
It's the loom.
The loom, yeah. Could you...
Yeah, sure. Right, got it.
This one?
No. The loom.
Yeah. Could you point?
There. That.
Oh, well, I didn't know he'd got that. That must have come in when the ginger bloke was here, before me, you see.
Could I have a closer look?
Oh, certainly, yeah.
Well, it's all there. Seems to be in working order.
Well, he could tell you that.
And he's up the other shop, I know, yeah.
What do you want to do with it, then?
Well, I want to weave, you see. A friend of mine's got a spinning wheel, and when I saw this, 2 and 2 made 4.
Well, he'll be in Thursday morning.
Oh, yeah, but, I mean, you've got full powers. He said so.
That's true.
Well, then, live dangerously. Sell something.
Shall I?
It might be one up against her, mightn't it?
Oh, I doubt it. She's Yugoslavian, you see.
But even so.
Yeah, you got a point.
Now, look, I'll make it easy. I'll name a price, and that'll be it, because I'm a one-price man.
Right, here we go, then.
10 quid.
Done.
Ah, then that wasn't too painful, was it?
No, I was only going to ask, 8.
Well, that's going to include delivery.
Does it? Oh, I see. Well, where do you live then?
Surbiton.
Oh, that's no trouble. I go past there in the van.
Great. Now, money. There we are. 10. Now, here we go. I'll just give you the address. Now, about what time?
Oh, 8 be all right?
Fine.
Lovely.
Lovely. Right. Cheerio.
You know, I shall bless the day that you come into this shop.
What, your sales breakthrough, you mean?
No, I mean coming back here. I spotted the tube to my gas ring.
Oh, good. Very good. All you've got to do now is find the kettle and you can have a nice cup of tea.
Hello, Mara.
Hello, Jerry. What are you doing home? You should be stuck on London Bridge at this time of day.
Oh, I packed up at 4 o'clock. I've had about enough for today, I really have.
Is that wise? What about currying favour with Sir?
No, I did that this morning. Look, do you know where Margot is? I gave her my keys today. I can't get in.
Yes, here they are. She's gone shopping.
I wish I was on London Bridge now. Wouldn't have heard that news for half an hour.
Never mind, she may not buy anything.
Well, The sun might not come up tomorrow. Do you know she cost me £38 last time she went shopping? A silver cigarette holder for evening wear.
Hallmarked.
Oh, had to be. No wonder I have to get my checkbooks 2 at a time.
You're too easy with her.
Oh, maybe I am. I feel like that little boy with his finger in the dike. As fast as I plug up one hole, she bursts out through another. You're not like that.
Well, I don't get the chance, Jerry. We don't have any money.
Oh, if Margot spends mine, you think I printed the stuff.
Well, there's no good complaining to me about it.
Yes, I know. I like complaining to you, then.
Oh, don't be silly. Anyway, I've told you what to do before and you've chickened out. I'll tell you once again and then it's up to you. You have to put your foot down. You have to say, Margot, this has got to stop.
Yes, I know. That'd mean I'd have to say...
Margot, this has got to stop. Yes.
Yes.
You might even be surprised by her response.
No, I don't think I would.
Look, I'll tell you something, Jerry. Now, this is a trade secret. But if no is said in the right way, at the right time, about the right thing, a woman, she can respect it. She can even quite like it.
Sure.
Well, I am a woman, Jerry.
Yes, I know that.
I mean, speaking personally, when Tom is firm with me, really fair but firm, I go quite weak at the knees. Jerry?
Yes?
And he'll be home in a minute.
Sorry. But you're not Margot.
No, I know I'm not, but I'm not the one who's complaining about her spending.
You're quite right, of course.
Well?
Yes. Thank you very much.
No, I meant, well, are you going to do anything about it?
Yes. Damn it all. About time she realized I'm not just a slot machine that automatically produces the jackpot. Thanks again, Barbara.
Thanks a lot, Annie. Give my regards to him and her. Bye.
Can I come in yet?
Yes, all right.
What was all that banging and crashing of... It's a loom!
Very good.
Why?
Well, because it is.
No, I mean, why have you got it?
Why have I got it? Because we won't have to rely on all those Blue Peter make, do and mend hints. That's why. We could end up weaving all our own clothes on this.
You're a bit of an optimist, aren't you?
No. Who took weaving at evening classes in the winter?
But you got your arm stuck in the loom. You had to be cut free.
Well, you were good at it.
Well, I wasn't bad, but that doesn't qualify me to set up as a ladies and gents outfitters, does it? Anyway, where's all the wool going to come from? What are we going to weave with?
You're not being very enthusiastic, are you? I thought it was so practical, so self-sufficient, and a bargain to boot. Only cost me 10 quid. Had to beat the bloke down, of course. What's the matter?
You spent our £10 float just like that.
Well, it's the only £10 we got.
Exactly. And you didn't even ask my opinion first.
Did you have something in mind?
No, I didn't. But we never spend precious money without agreeing what we spend it on.
Ever heard of impulse buying?
Yes, I have, Tom, and I don't like it, especially in this case.
Oh, good Lord, it's not as though I blew the lot on some three-legged greyhound.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just concerned that you didn't even ask me.
Well, I'm very, very sorry. Do you mind if I sit down?
Yes. You know, it's funny, I was talking about being firm and fair earlier this morning.
Well, I am being firm.
But you are not being fair, so don't you come the heavy-handed lord of the manor with me, mate.
Oh, now you're just being silly.
No, I'm not being silly. Well, maybe I am being silly. Maybe I don't like being let down. And maybe I am being silly because I never thought you would be the one to do it, Tom.
could have been wrong. I'm not saying I was, but I could have been. Put it another way, I was wrong. Are you my totally compliant and opinionless slave again?
Yes.
Oh, good. No, I did it round the wrong way, but it is a good thing to have, isn't it, the loom?
No,
What?
I don't think it is.
Oh, come on, I said I was sorry.
No, it isn't that. I just think having a loom is a pretty duff idea.
No, that's what you really think?
Yes.
That's got nothing to do with the fact that I bought it without telling you.
No.
But you can weave
But as I was saying, what with?
wool.
From? The goat. Oh, brilliant. A goat.
Where do you think vicuna comes from?
From the combings of the soft belly of the vicuna.
Exactly.
In Peru, where they live. Hundreds of them. We'd be lucky if we got a string vest out of Geraldine.
All right, then. Sheep.
But we haven't got any sheep.
I know we haven't got any sheep, but we live in Surrey. There are thousands of sheep in Surrey, all leaving little bits of wool on miles and miles of barbed wire. No. Say we offered a couple of days' labour to a sheep farmer during the shearing season and asked him to give us fleeces instead of money.
What about dyeing the stuff?
I've already thought about that. They're vegetable dyes from lichens in the Western Isles.
Long walk to Scotland.
They don't have a monopoly of them, you know. There are English lichens. We could make our own dyes, I'm sure of it.
Yes, I suppose we could.
The fecundity of my mind is quite terrifying sometimes.
Yes, it would be if you hadn't forgotten something.
What?
Well, you can't just chuck a dollop of wool onto a loom and dash off a suit, you know. It has to be spun first,
For which you need a spinning wheel.
which we haven't got.
True.
Give in?
Margot's getting one.
You toad! You knew that all the time, didn't you?
Yes?
What on earth does Margot want with a spinning wheel?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? She's going to put it in the corner of her lounge and say, how quaint, how quaint. Doesn't alter the fact that it's a spinning wheel which we can borrow from time to time.
You've got criminal tendencies, you have.
Don't drag up my prison record. Didn't I suffer enough?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about conning Margot into getting something just because you want it. You'll be asking Jerry to buy a tractor next.
It wasn't like that at all. Across my heart and hope tonight, it wasn't like that at all. She saw it in this shop and decided to buy it before the thought of getting a loom ever crossed my mind. Promise?
It's a bit sneaky, though, isn't it?
A bit sneaky, yeah.
And I don't suppose you told Margot that you were getting a loom.
A sneak wouldn't, would he? No, I thought I'd let her get it back home, get bored with it, and we'd step in. She's getting it tomorrow.
I thought you said you'd already got it.
Well, she has in so many words. She's put a deposit down on it. It's just a matter of ordering Jerry to sign the cheque and hey-ho. What?
Would you hit a woman? In glasses?
Certainly not. What have you done?
Well, I had this little chat with Jerry, and I advised him to clamp down on Margot's spending.
Take those glasses off.
Well, how was I to know? It was just bad timing, Tom.
You
that's
will
all.
interfere.
But hark who's talking.
All right, all right. All right, don't panic. I might not have to beat you up. On the other hand, I think I will. What am I talking about? Good Lord. Well, how could Jerry possibly clamp down on Margot, eh? He might do a little huff and a little puff, then she'll blow his house down, and that's that.
Good evening, Barbara. Good evening, Tom.
Hello, Margot. What are you doing here?
I've left Jerry.
Why?
Because he wouldn't write a cheque for my spinning wheel.
Eh?
How dare he talk to me like that? I will not be harangued about the financial climate. I will not have his bank statements thrust under my nose, and above all, I will not be thrown about my own house like some rag doll.
What did he do?
He shook me by the elbows.
So, you're not getting the spinning wheel then?
Oh, I know what's happened. He's been talking to somebody. It's those chaps at the office. The chaps. A few gin and tonics to give them a bit of Dutch courage, and then they come home and expect to trample all over the little woman. Well, not me.
Did Jerry actually refuse to sign the cheque, or did he sign it first and then have a moan?
He wouldn't even pick up the pen, so I packed my bag and left.
Oh, Margot, where are you going to stay?
Oh. That wretched argument has made me forget my manners. I'd rather hope.
But of course you can stay here. But you haven't actually left, Jerry, have you?
I don't know what I've done at the moment, Barbara.
I'll tell you what, if I were you, I'd buy the spinning wheel with my own money just to spite him about
Margot, what about a bite to eat? We were just going to have supper.
No, thank you. Experience has taught me that food and naked emotions don't mix. I'll go straight to my room if you don't mind.
Yes, of course. I'll show you up.
Good night, Tom.
Good night, Margot. Don't use the wardrobe, will you? It's full of onions.
Thank you, Tom.
Tom! 9:30. 11's.
I've been thinking, you know. They might have to get that spinning wheel. It might have been a non-returnable deposit. The shop may consider that the sale has been made.
You have got a spinning wheel fixation, you have.
Well, we need it. I've got to be made to feel better about buying that loo somehow.
Oh, I do hope Margot and Jerry get back together again soon.
What are you worried about there for?
Well, I've got to be made to feel better about stirring Jerry up to mutiny in the first place.
Well, that's what you are, a rotten little stirrer. Oh, don't worry, it's only one of their little spats. You don't want to get taken in by Margot's impression of a battered wife last night.
No, I suppose not.
Still in bed, is she?
No, she's not. She's gone out. Perhaps she's gone back to Jerry.
No. Nobody in. I've just been over there.
Oh, you just happened to pop over, did you?
Yeah. See old Jerry, see how he was?
Try to talk Jerry into getting a spinning wheel?
It might have entered the conversation, I don't know.
What, like, hello, Jerry, what about getting that spinning wheel?
Something like that.
You know what you are, don't you?
Clever.
A steaming hypocrite.
I think you'd better explain yourself, my girl.
Well, honestly, you're always whittling away at Jerry about Margot's overspending. Then as soon as it comes to anything that you want...
That is the principle of shifting principles.
Snake in the grass.
Jerry Stirrer.
Rat face.
Fatty.
I love these little chats over tea, don't you?
Morning. Is Margot about?
No, Jerry, she's gone out.
Oh. Well, assuming that she'll come back here, I suppose this is the best place to leave the peace offering.
The spinning wheel.
Jerry, why can't you stick to your guns just for once?
Well, that's what the Russians did at Balaclava. Look what happened to them.
Well, you could have held on a little bit longer. Margot would have come round in the end.
Maybe, Barbara. It's a very empty house without her. I'm working awfully hard at the moment. When I get home, house is warm and comfortable. She's always there. The dinner's prepared, the wine's chambrade. She's wearing a nice gown. I miss her. I've got 3 Polish buyers coming to dinner next week, and I don't know what Poles eat.
Well, I suppose it's not a totally unconditional surrender.
I don't think you should be quite so ungracious, Barbara. I think Jerry's doing the right thing. I mean, what nicer way to say sorry than to buy me, Margot, a lovely spinning wheel.
Well, I better be going off to work. What do you think the best thing to do is, leave her a note or telephone later?
No need, she's here.
Oh. Hello, darling.
Hello, Barbara. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Margot. Where have you been?
Well, from the abuse hurled at me by my husband last night, I was given the impression that from now on I was required to pay for everything that I use in the house out of my own pocket. Even if it meant my going out to scrub floors. So I've got a job.
Scrubbing floors?
No. 2 afternoons a week in a florist's.
That wouldn't keep you in hand cream.
Now, you can't go lugging great heavy flowers about.
I thought you were my friends.
Margot,
Yes?
I'm sorry. And about that spinning wheel...
I might not want it now.
Margot!
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. I was being childish.
Sorry about all this.
No, it's lovely.
I want to say something, Jerry, and I must say it in front of Tom and Barbara.
What?
I said a very unkind thing about you last night. I accused you of being mean and miserly. Now, I know you were hurting my elbows at the time, but there was no excuse. I was unjust.
It's all over now.
No, it must be said. You may be bombastic at times, but you are never less than generous, even over-generous.
That's all right, darling.
As a matter of fact, it wouldn't do me any harm at all if sometimes you put your foot down and said, "No, Margot, you may not have such and such." I'm very grateful. It's such a pretty thing.
Hey! I've just had a great idea, Barbara.
What?
Well, Margot's got a spinning wheel. Now, if only we could lay our hands on a loom, we could weave our own stuff. What do you think?
I think you leave me behind sometimes.
Do I? What about it, Jerry? You wouldn't mind if we borrowed it from time to time?
Well, you better ask Margot. It's her spinning wheel.
What about it, Margot?
Sorry, what about what?
You wouldn't mind if we borrowed that now and again?
Why should you want to borrow this?
To spin wool.
You see, Tom has just had this wonderful idea about getting a loom, you see.
I didn't see that this would be of any use to you.
Well, you can leave the technicalities to me, Margot. I know all about spinning. The wheel doesn't work.
I know, it's not supposed to.
You only wanted it as an ornament, didn't you, Margot?
Originally, yes. Then I talked to the lady in the shop and I realized it had an additional and totally unexpected arm.
Like what?
I'll show you.
I say, just as well you didn't get a loom first, isn't it, Tom?